Alright, so now we have written a function, and now we are trying to reuse that function. So as you saw in the previous video, we are calling the function that we created in our function library, in the function library called myFunctionLibrary, and we are getting an error. We are getting an error type mismatch. So we need to add the function library into the script. QTP is basically telling us or asking us, what language is this? Is it a Chinese language, a Spanish word, or a Chinese word? QTP does not understand Chinese or Spanish. So let's assume that this function is in Chinese or Spanish. So we have to teach QTP Chinese so that it can understand what we're saying. So to do that, we have to add the Chinese language into QTP's head or QTP's brain. So let's go to the brain of QTP. File, Settings, and we'll do Resources. So QTP uses resources to understand certain function libraries and so on. So let's assume this is the brain of QTP, and within the brain, let's add the Chinese language, which is our function library that we have created. Click on the green sign, the plus sign, then click on this white button, and then find the function library you've created, which is here, as you can see, my function library. Click Open, click Yes, click Apply, and click OK. So our function library. Our whole library is now added into this script. Now we can call as many functions as we want from this function library. So we have added this whole book within the script so we can write more functions and call all these functions from this function library. We have taught QTP to understand these functions. These are our functions, and we are calling the function, and let's try to run it, and let's see if it navigates to the browser and launches the browser and navigates to facebook.com. Let's try to run this script. So it navigates to facebook.com, enters email ID, password, and login. Closes the browser. So we have created our very own and first function, and we have also reused that function. So let me show you. Let me give you a quick example of the benefit of creating this function. First of all, the benefit is that we can call this function navigate_browser from a different script. So we can add the function library, so we don't have to write systemutil.run iexplore. We don't have to write this code over and over and over and over. We don't have to. We have made things easier for ourselves. So now I can, instead of writing systemutil.run iexplore, let's say I want to navigate to YouTube now. Let's save this. Let's create a new test. Let's create a new test from here. In this new test, in the new script, let's add the function library. Resources, add, click here, my function library, okay. Now let's call the same function library. Let's call this function navigate_browser. This time, I want to navigate to YouTube instead of Facebook. So the good thing is I don't have to write this whole thing. The good thing is I just have to write these two words. I can just name the function and tell the function to execute your code and navigate to whatever value I pass. So this time I will say www.youtube.com. Close the quotations, close the bracket, and let's try to run this and see if it works. So it looks like, okay, yeah. We forgot to, I forgot to click on run. It did actually open the browser and navigate to youtube.com. Although I do not have the home page because the browser is not supported, but it did navigate. So this is error that we have. So let's close this and try to run this again. We don't have any open browser at this point. We run this. And at this point, it does navigate to youtube.com. The first time we got the browser not supported error, and this time we did not get that error. So the main benefit is that we can reuse them. Reuse the function, and I can pass as many different values as I want. I can customize it. So instead of YouTube, let's navigate to some other website. Let's try to navigate to Twitter. So www.twitter.com, close the quotation, and let's try to run this. So it opens the browser and navigates to twitter.com. So these are the benefits of using a function. Now that we've created a simple function, we can use the same format to create more dynamic and detailed functions. Thank you.